Alrighty, another game in the Capablanca versus Lasker match, game 5. Capablanca on the white side goes d4. Lasker meets that with the d5. And knight f3, knight f6. c4, e6, we get the queen's gambit declined again. Bishop g5, we have been here already in the first game, so we follow that. e3, bishop e7, knight c3, all have been seen in the first game. Castles, rook c1. Black hints of the Tarta cover. Well, kind of makes it that, which is the time white chop chop here. Keep like guaranteeing that this kind of keeps closed. And then we go queen a4. In the first game, we saw bishop b5. And after bishop b7, queen a4, a6, this kind of is forced. Chop, chop, queen b3, queen d6. Well, this is how the first game went. This time, instead of bishop here, we see queen first here. I assume that if bishop b7, like in that game, would have happened, we don't go here and get the repetition of that. But probably go straight up here, I think. At least it looks more logical to me. And then get this to black to waste little time. And I don't know, there's holes for the white pieces to try to ramp some play against the queen side. Queen there, knight there, rook there. Some targets for sure. So Lasker says, no, I'm gonna straight up c5. Let's keep the bishop where it is. Well, white instantly jumps there. Highlights the fact that the rook's hanging in the corner. Bishop really can't move. And the pawn is hanging here too. Well, rook sidestep that. White says, thank you for the pawn. And then bishop b7. Well, gonna have to take on the e7, otherwise we lose a piece. I guess that was option, but we rather take the bishop, I suppose. Pin the knight instantly when the queen takes back. Well, now we have to save our queen. And there is well, white is a pawn. Black is fully developed, castled, and has some annoying pressure, like they could throw in this move at any moment in this game. There's definitely some, like at some point, takes possibilities, especially after rook bc8. This comes some kind of a little bit annoying for white that the black's threatening this, and then, well, let's say you take, then if white takes back, the rook might swing to give a check on the back rank. So white defends this possibility by pinning it. Black instantly says, well, I'll sidestep that nonsense. And then, well, we get some simplifications. White decides that the knight should not be on the board. Chops chop. Queen takes. And then we go bishop a6. So we gonna defend this threat here, which if we do this, then this comes a problem instantly. And like this is a thing, and we'd like to take back too. So Capa's defense is pinning the bishop instead. Well, black could take here, but then the queen gets to a good square here. We have the center defended. We are ready to castle. This is no longer a threat since pop. Black loses a rook. So he's probably kind of forced to take here now. Pop. There was some chances to cause some mayhem with the piece sack basically here. white's chopping there, and then you can even sack the bishop here for, because this is something white cannot allow. But probably after castles they are fine, because there is still this thing hanging here, so black has no time to take, and well, afterwards, even if you take, we have a tempo here. Then of course you could maybe take and go here, but then this won't end up well, because you have, well, takes a while to get there. White can probably like do counter threats here and can't move the knight without dropping the queen. So no good. So after this is halfway forced here though. This might have been something. Well, white does not take back. He wants to get some material. Pop. He's on the rook, so it's not obvious black has time to take here, because then two things are hanging. I mean, black could defend there, but this is probably no good at all for black. They have definitely some compensation on the light squares with the bishop, but white already is up quite a lot of material. So he should be winning here if he plays carefully. And well, all kind of things are coming up too. So after bishop takes, we take with the rook. White takes back. Black takes here, gets a pawn with a tempo. White saves the rook. And then black no longer is threatening anything here, because their pawn was actually pinned, so they sidestep that. Now these things again might be threats, so white defends that. Queen d3. Black makes a luft. Pop. Also kind of blunts the g-file. White sidesteps some pins here. Probably, well, this is what Lasker played in a game. I think he's going for rook swings around to the king side here. Should probably have started with knight f6 though. And then this stuff is not that like knight d5, it becomes a kind of a problem here. Pop. How do you defend it? Pop. Pop. Take it. Lose the queen. This just doesn't work at all. Black actually ends up winning here. Well, not all, but in the end, this would have been better way to go about it. The rook e4. His idea is to go there, pop, 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 pop. And I don't know, maybe even threaten to take there now. But white goes for a trade here. And we get queen h3. This is of course technically possible here. Pin, defend the queen. But then white can chop. And let's say bring the rook in here. And okay, black has a pawn and the knight for a rook. But here it's probably gonna be quite an hopeless endgame. Trades are really dreadful. And again, we gonna go there, or well, they're taking us fine too, but trying to enter while black keeps the rooks away, and then I rook d1, and rooks are swinging around, so they're working pretty nice. The knight is no threat at all. It's trying to keep the files closed and things away from here, but it's no match in these. So black obviously wants to keep the queens on. White says block. And then c takes d. Again here, oh sorry, knight f6. Black should have played c takes d first. Knight is better placed there for now. And well, here white can defend with the rook. Then the knight comes here, joins the party. If rook takes, well, let's say queen takes, knight f3, it's the queen, threatens here. It's no good at all. Pop, pop. Can't move the queen. This is coming. It's going to be a droish game. 5 versus 5 pawns. I don't know if black could farm the pawn first, but it's risky though, because then we get to sidestep the pin. Alright, so here white sidestep everything with the king g1. No pin. Then we take, and there is a good defense here now. Pop. Rook c4, pinning the rook. Alright, so black takes, white takes, knight takes, queen d8, king g7, queen d4 check. Wants to take here. Well, he wants to actually take this way because, well, the knight f6, the knight is hanging too, so it kind of has to retreat. Well, this is not at all easy, as well, black should definitely not go again into the endgame, but here with the rook's not very well placed on g2. So he should take here, it's same endgame, but the rook's much better with the f-file open up, so we get the, that happened, queen e6, rook f2, g5. White pushes h4, again, maybe e4 was better, but black takes, queen takes, it's fine. Black plays knight g4, hits. We get a check, king f8, rook f5. So if you take, it's an endgame again. Pop, pop, pop. And the rook's pretty good. Black has 2 pawns for the rook, 2 pawns and the knight for the rook, but I don't think it still has a chance. Anyways, after h5, Capablanca is not sure how to win the game. Plays some repetitions here. I think he goes and repeats the board, the game 3 times. I'm not sure about the rules back in the day. I could have Lasker at some point claimed the draw here. But this is the 3rd time, right? This position. We had it after h5. We have had it on the 36th move and now 38th move. Yes, it's the same position 3 times. Well, I don't know about the rules. Apparently he missed it, or there was like I don't know. Too lazy to check it out. Well, in the end we get b3. Game goes on. Apparently queen h5 or queen f4 were much better moves. b3 is a kind of a not so good. And queen d6, swinging around to give a lot of checks. Well, white defends a lot of them, but not this side. Queen d1, queen f1, queen d7 hits the rook. Rook takes there, knight takes here. Then we get queen f3, queen e d4, threatens to discovery. So white plays queen a8, king e7. Here we get queen b7 check. And now almost any other move than what was played in the game. Queen is covering this back rank here. Lasker played king f8 in the game, and that loses straight up. If he plays the king somewhere else, he's fine here. Like black has quite a lot of dangerous things here. White is not threatening anything. Like checks, we just block. No. But king f8 is the worst square on the board. And after queen b8 he resigns. Why? Well, obviously here you at least lose the queen, but probably this is even worse. And if you go to the other side, well, queen e5, oh, queen is hanging, oh, we lose the knight in the end. And that is pretty hopeless. So that was a lot of errors in the end there, but Capa was winning, threw it away, and Lasker in the end throws it back away. But yeah, it's never easy. Especially queen and knight, a very tricky combo of pieces, but rooks are strong. Anyways, that was the first decisive game. Round 5, Capablanca wins and leads the match by 1. Thanks for watching and until next time. Ciao ciao.